Alright, welcome to Highstyle Sundays. We got L.E.A.N. Welcome. Appreciate you joining us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. First of all, tell us where you're from.
I was born and raised in Moco, Tacoma Park, Maryland, and then we moved to PG County when I was about 6. So that's where I reside.
So tell us, so this coming from PG, because we know there's a typical PG sound.
Yeah.
So this coming from that area, does that impact your music at all?
Of course. I feel like sometimes I am trying to bring my own wave of sound. I am influenced by the sound I have around me. It's definitely a lot of like monotone, fast-paced beats. I am influenced by that in terms of like 808s and, you know, just a lot of things that could get you grooving, get you jumping. I like that, a lot of energy. And yeah, for sure. But in terms of my sound particularly, I try to stray away from what everyone's so used to, you know, because when you have a lot of people, yes, they're blowing up off that, but I feel like the outsider, like you know, I feel like that one element that's just like, this is different, you know, will seek a lot of eyes. So I feel like I try to stray away in my own lane. Yeah.
So tell us about your name, L.E.A.N.
Okay.
Just explain the whole name to us, where it comes from, everything.
Okay, I love this question because I only been asked this once, but I love the story because it really runs deep. So I have scoliosis, right? So I used to like lean to one side, like when I was walking. So I was stubborn and shit. Like my mom, you know, she always took me to my appointment. She was like, yeah, you got to wear your brace so you could get better. But they was bullying me in school, so I didn't want to wear it. So basically, she made up a nickname for me. Every time I walked on this side, it was always my left I was leaning to. So she'll snap me. She'll be like, lean, lean. And I'll immediately like lean to the right side. And she'll be like, good. And then that's what got me into not really wearing my brace because I have my mom there to motivate me to walk straight. So then I followed that. And then up until high school, I actually tried L.E.A.N. I was with my friend at the time, Devin and Dan, at the ice cream truck. So they bought a Sprite. And I saw them make the concoction. Like, they poured the joint in the Sprite. I didn't know nothing about it. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, yeah, Plumley, you want a sip? I was like, sure. So I'm jugging it. It's hot. I'm thinking it's like juice or Gatorade or something. He was like, bro, you about to be lit. Like, chill. So after that, we start walking. We turn up Taylor Street. The walk start getting long as shit. I'm like, okay, I feel something. He's like, yeah, this is L.E.A.N. Like, I forgot to tell you, it's not like something normal. So then off my own experience from that, you know, I got home, I was like, okay, the feeling's not bad. It's kind of like getting high, but you sluggish more. So now I went to a kickback where I was DJing at my friend Amy at the time. And then my other friend Danny, he gave me a little sip too, but I had more at the time just to check it out, feel it, to see if I liked it. I didn't like it. So then from then I just followed through high school. I was like, L.E.A.N. Like, it's stuck with people. But it actually stands for love eliminates all negativity. I don't want people to think I'm associated with that shit. I don't drink it.
So how'd you come up with that acronym?
I wanted to base it off something positive. The E actually was love escapes all negativity or something of that matter. But some guy on Twitter got into me about that. He was like, that's, you know, people who battle you back and forth say that's not necessarily true. Yeah. So then he actually inspired me. Shout out to him. And he was like, why not eliminate? So I was like, dang, okay. So I give him his props.
So who actually, like, it could be like anybody, who influences your music?
It started with my father. I love my father very much because he used to push it on us, but that's when I was still trying to find myself. Me and my brother, like, he would always try to call us down. We'll hear him recording till 3 a.m. Like, we would have to be quiet if we was running or watching movies. They'd be like, turn it down, like, I'm recording. He was like, why don't y'all just try this? Because he played everything, every instrument. He takes pictures. He has 14 albums of his own. So he's just like, why not get my kids into it, like some Jackson 5 type stuff. Okay. Yeah, so then after that, I ended up taking music of my own, and my brother too. And I got into choir for like 3 years. And then after that, I used to write in class, in math particularly, because I did not like math class. So I write in my graph notebook. And then I had friends around me that rapped all the time. So if we step off to smoke, sometimes we won't even come back to school. Not gonna lie, they're gonna go to the stool, which was at home. So I'll just watch them, but I didn't have the confidence at the time to spit nothing. So after I graduated high school, I found myself. I was just like, let me just tap into this. And yeah.
So when did you really, like, you know, start figuring out that, hey, let me keep putting out more and more music. I'm actually good at this?
I think it came, my first single I dropped was Mood. And I was harmonizing. I wanted to go the melodic route at first because I love singing. That was choir, you know? But then I was like, why not try something different? And actually the first song I dropped, it got good responses, even though like it wasn't perfect mix or nothing like that. But it was like, okay, we see something here. So I was like, let me not just give up. Because there's artists I listen to where I go back to their old stuff where it's not mixed and mastered. I'll be like, dang, this shit was still fire. Right. But now you hear them now and it's like, you see the growth, you know? So that's what kind of pushed me forward. I knew I was going to get better.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So is there, I know you say your dad, but is there anybody, like maybe a past artist or an artist out now that influenced you?
So I would say for the past artists, my biggest influence of all time is Michael Jackson. Okay. I know he don't rap or anything, but it's just, he really brought life to his music. And it's like anything that he wanted you to hear or absorb from what he was saying in the song, he will bring it to life in videos, in concert, in performing. And that's one thing I really wanted to emulate. Even now when I perform, when I be rolling on the floor and like grabbing people and making people feel a part of me. Because if it's not for fans, your music not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can also, he always held himself to a humble standard as big as he was. And there's also like, you know, other rappers like Wayne, Nicki, Kendrick Lamar, you know, MIA, Pac, you know, I really like, it's a lot. And even now, if we talking like Drake or shout out to Juice WRLD, rest in peace, like that really hit me hard because in terms of a love element, I feel like he loved like I love. And love eliminates all negativity. So artists like that, and just, it's more that I haven't really named, but it's influence everywhere. I could walk out this door and get inspired. Even my bros, like I listen to their music, like I get inspired off of anything. Okay. Yeah.
So saying that, what impact do you want to leave in the music industry?
The industry can be very wishy-washy, right. Very dark, very picky and choosy. So I want to come in with a light. I say like Yachty. I feel like Yachty was someone that I could say that people could gravitate towards, who tried and still tries to this day to leave a note of positivity and not smoking, not drinking, not leaving that image that you have to pill pop and do this and gun bang and gang bang and all that to like have an image and be popular. Like you could really go a positive route and people still gravitate towards your craft. So I want to be the female to do that. 'Cause I feel like in the industry, we're really over sexualized at times, and I'm coming in like I want to be able to come in with kicks and a tee, and not to say there's other artists not doing that, but I really want to keep it rolling, you know, because over time it changes for some artists, like, you know, so it's just like I want to be able to balance both and also preach about my spirituality and, you know, my love of God and how his influence in my life has pushed me to this point. You know, this interview may look so small, but later on in life, this is the interview they're going to look back on. Like, she's always stood by her morals. Yeah.
So saying all that, like, what inspires you, like, when you're writing your music? Like, what's your creative process when you're doing your music?
I would say definitely my life experiences. Like, right now, I look at it like I'm telling my story. And I'm happy because some people really peep that now. Some people haven't peeped it yet. They look for the crank. I do make crank, but in my singing songs is where I take the time to really emulate like heartbreak or past traumas that I've been through, because that's my diary. That's the only thing I really have, you know, when you're scared to talk to people about how you truly feel and what you went through. So I really just try to put it all in there. Yeah.
So, do you have any other ventures outside of music? Like, what else do you do?
I love fashion. I love clothes. Like, it's not bad, because I feel like, you know, when God places a gift in your heart, it's like you can't really shake it. But it's like coming from my mom, she did comedy, so she always had to dress up to go places. She was famous in L.E.A.N. And my dad, he always was a DJ, so he had to look, you know, his best to go DJ or take pictures or, you know, perform. He was performing to his music. So, like, I will try to emulate their style, like whether they rocking Liz Claiborne or like Dior or, you know, Valentino for the night. I'm just like, damn, okay, you know, hand me down. So it's like it started from that. And then I'm not gonna lie, Rihanna and Rocky, like, it's ironic that they're together because those are like my two, and Betsy Johnson, like those three are, I emulate them to a T. Like, I always make sure it's like, from now I wasn't like that before, but I would think when they're at the grocery store, whether they're going to a show, whether they chilling at their man's house, they're flat. So it's just like, I always try to see what can I do to really like emulate that.
So like, is that something you want to take on in the aspect like you want to have your own fashion line, or?
Yeah, I have a lot of sketches. I have a sewing machine sitting in my closet right now. It's just, I was taking sewing classes during quarantine. I paid for it out of pocket. Like, I was struggling at the time, won't lie to you. Like, but I really pinched and pulled to do those classes, and I learned how to make a bag in the first day. You know what I mean? So it's like, as quarantine went on and stuff like that, you know, I stopped, but I still have sketches. I still have plans for that. I have the name that I want to give it and everything. It's just, with time, everything will take its course.
But now that everything's, you know, opening back up, you're looking forward to doing more shows and all that?
Yeah, for sure. Performing is definitely a highlight for me. Like, meeting new people, experiencing like how they feel, just me being on stage. It really pushes me and motivates me to go harder. Like, if I've definitely had shows where I said, damn, I could have went my hardest. And it's like, I always take that to the next show. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I don't have people impacted, I didn't do my job, you know, because I'm supposed to leave a message. I feel like at the end of the day, even though I am rapping, and there's certain things I rap about that I won't say are as godly or spiritual as it should be, but just for them, I always leave a message at the end, like follow your dreams, follow your heart. You know, whether it's not this you want to do particularly, but whatever it is that resides in your mind right now, you could do it, you know? Yeah.
So I want you to tell us, like, give a young artist or any upcoming, any type of artist, honestly, advice, you know, how to, because obviously you've done a lot of shows and you're constantly putting out music. So just explain to them, give them advice how to stay up and, you know, keep staying motivated to put out more and more work.
Okay.
Even if you're not there yet, but you know, they're trying to get to the next level.
Okay. I would say for sure, you have to believe in yourself. You have to be confident in the growth process. You have to know that the position that you're in right now is not stagnant. It's not set in stone. You're always going to elevate to the next. You know, it's like whether you're drawing, whether you're sewing, whether you're playing basketball, you know what I'm saying? You're always going to get better the more practice and more time you devote to it. So I would say that for starters, always experiment, you know? Even me, I'm trying to make beats. Like, I will realize starting GarageBand, even though I know people using Logic, I'm just trying to practice. Right. You know what I'm saying? I will put, you know, I will take an 808 and I'll put cymbals behind it and just really try to see how it comes to like a Turk beat, or like, you know, something that, you know, what is it? Any beat that I feel is like, I crank to now. Like, but it's like, in terms of music, just take your life lessons and put it in a song. Like, you could start from there. And then for me, I like melodies. So how I started, I will sing, I will hum. And then if I know I can't hit this note yet, what can I do to real life practice to make sure I hit this note? Or if I can't rap this fast, like how I love Eminem, how he rap, like that's my goal, like, or Ski. You know what I'm saying? I realize be trying to play over and over how they rap so I can get that flow and try to turn it into my own. So it's always ways that you could practice and believe in yourself, and also surround yourself with people who want to see you grow. That's very important. I have people around me that I could say no matter how much we fuss, we fight, we were fussing on the way here. You feel me? But I know for a fact, if I look back and they gonna tell me, they gonna be honest, like, oh, you could real life fix that verse, and you could real life go back and spit something different. You know what I'm saying? So you always want to be surrounded by motivation and just to take yourself to the next level.
I know we were talking off camera. You basically have a team around you. So is that important to you as an independent artist?
Definitely.
And how has that helped you?
It's definitely important to me because anybody in my life at this point, I've been through a lot that I haven't spoken on. And anybody at this point, particularly me sitting here today in my life, is family, you know, regardless of what it is. And I pick and choose who I have in my life right now. That's why when people go like, Pauline, like, you don't have much girlfriends around you, it's not a problem with me. It's just you really have to pick energies right now. I don't even say pick people, it's energy. You know, you have people who real life smile to you and mean something different intent. And I don't have time for that because I know I move with pure intention. I love too damn hard. So I would say even the guys in this room, I love each and every one of them to the death of me. I'll do anything for them. And it's like with music in itself, if you don't have people around it, you're not going nowhere. Because at the time, if you hit a point where it's like all this success and fame is hitting you, they looking at what they can grab instead of trying to get you to further than what they see right now. And it's like, if I give out love, I know I'm going to receive that. So it's like, I feel like in terms of that pushing my music, it's important because they genuinely support me. So I know for a fact if I'm not there, they're going to defend, like, yeah, I got, my sis, like, she rap too. Like, I'm really like, play you some of her stuff. Instead of them trying to, like, I'm not saying you can't take the opportunity for yourself, but we all trying to eat. And I feel like that's actually a problem in the DMV. Like, we shouldn't be selfish with this when we can all have the limelight. It don't have to be one person. You know, we all need each other.
So, do you see that constantly as you, like, maybe try to work with another artist or maybe you're working here and you're working in another state? Do you see the difference between people working together? Like from, as you said, DC, the whole DMV area, how there's a difference from there to Atlanta, to LA. So is that something you constantly see, or do you just think it's based off the individual person?
I wouldn't say it's something I constantly see because it's something that I hear about a lot in terms of if we're on social media, let's be honest, we've seen beefs happen, we've seen things go down. But like for experience, I went to Atlanta twice. I flew there on my own, and, you know, aside from the endeavors I had there, I went to promote my music. I printed out 500 flyers and I said, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna devote myself. I walked around the city of Atlanta giving out my flyers. And they were so receptive of it. You know, whereas the DMV, you got people walking down the street. A couple people may take it, but then you got a couple people who going to fling on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Unless you posting that joint up, you got to be honest. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. So it's like, I definitely feel the switch there. It's like people are so embracing, and we got to be honest. If we look at Atlanta right now, that's why they're so up. All their artists is coming up. And one thing I say, like, for example, Thug, like if we look at everybody in YSL, like he's making sure he putting everybody on the map. And it's so happy to see because people can be inspired by that, because a lot of people look up to Thug. My bro Heezy, like that's his favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know he look at that and say, look, we are family. He'll take those values and put it into our team. That boosts us up right there. So it's like I look at that and try to, you know, portray that, but at the same time, you can't force nobody to do nothing. It's like we try and work with artists. I know, like, we've sat in meetings, like, or one-on-ones with my bros, and we'll be talking about how we try to work with people and they'll shun us off because we don't have clout. It's not even artists by itself. It's videographers. It's photographers. You don't have enough clout. You don't have enough following. We're not working with you. How are you supposed to grow? Even yourself. And you don't know where I'm going to be 10 years from now. You could have the ammo to be like, I've been shooting him since 2021. Now she blown up in 2025 doing her thing. You see? So it's like not to judge books by their cover and really just do it because you know it's the craft you want to do and grow within yourself.
That's real. Okay. So we're going to wrap it up. I want you to tell everybody where they can find your music and give out any shout outs if you want. Okay.
You can find my music on Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, Deezer, iTunes, anywhere, on all streaming platforms. And I want to shout out my mom, my dad, my family, Rap Sam, Almighty Heezy, Shine, Rap Devi, Rap Kenji, Asha, Sarah. I want to shout out to everybody just in my life who really influences me on a positive note and really supports me and loves me for who I am. And I'm just, everyone, follow your dreams, be happy, be positive, pray, stay safe out there, enjoy outside carefully, and yeah, just live life, y'all. Don't worry too much.
All right, we got L.E.A.N in the buildings, Highstyle Sundays. Appreciate you coming through.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Hop in the whip and I bet you he dizzy, I'm blocking, I'm sure he gon' spin it. Like Nana, he pay you if it's a team, I get shawty all about business. That chopper gon' seem like a